It all started back in 2019 when Natasha and Jill first got in contact. These are mums who have children in the local schools, and they're people who really care about our local community. So they were looking for donations to revive the Mill Lane Bridge, which had seen better days. It was absolutely covered in rust, graffiti, and just really not a great welcome for people entering the area. Our neighbors here will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Of course, the Mill Lane Bridge didn't always look this way. The original project was led over 20 years ago by artist Charlotte Gerard and Councillor Flick Ree, where they helped make it possible for children to leave their stamp on the community. You can see how colourful the bridge looked here.
So fast forward to a few years ago, and as one of the main entry points into West Hampstead, we could see why it was so important to revive this bridge and bring it back to its former glory. So really it was a no-brainer for us. So of course, as soon as we said yes, COVID happened and we had to put it on hold for a couple of years. But thankfully, fast forward to this year, it was back on track, and before we knew it, Network Rail was priming the bridge.
So the artist who led the original project, Charlotte Gerard, was back to lead the revival. She went to the local schools to speak to them about what the theme would be. This year, it was all about sustainable travel. Once the bridge was primed, it was ready to get painting. We had over 70 children come down from the local schools with their paintbrushes ready to paint their masterpieces. While some children took the idea of sustainable travel seriously, others took a more creative approach. So you'll see things like bikes and scooters and skateboards, but you'll also see things like cherry blossom trees and rainbows and just loads of other colourful things.
During the prep, it became important to pay particular attention to one of the panels.
So this bridge has got a very special place in people's hearts, and August 2000 we painted it with a girl called Gemma Watson, who was a real life force of energy. She was 9 years old, she was with her sister Hannah, who was 11. I remember them helping me carry buckets of water from the community centre to the bridge and back, and they couldn't do enough to help. And Gemma was the only child that painted a Christmas tree. It was very clear that she wanted a Christmas tree at the time. And sadly we lost her. She passed away from appendicitis 18 months after the project. And her panel has always been massively respected by the community. Very little graffiti was ever painted on it. To repaint that with her sister and her mother and her whole family, to paint the panel next to it. It was just a really emotional and important and special occasion.
So something that we really loved to see during this whole project was just how many people would stop and talk to us as they were walking or driving by. It seemed like everybody was happy to see the kids painting the bridge again, that we were bringing colour back into West Hampstead and on Mill Lane. And actually a lot of the people that stopped remembered the original bridge painting project 20 years ago.
It really made us feel like we were doing something good for the community. And it was lovely to know that everyone would enjoy this painting for years to come. We really hope the kids are proud that they were able to leave their mark on West Hampstead.
We are very, very, very grateful to all the people who've helped repaint the bridge because it looks absolutely stunning.
After months of planning, preparation, and finally painting, the bridge is now a spectacle of colour. And it's a bright welcome into West Hampstead.
I love this bridge. and I used to walk across it every day and think it needs to be revamped. There was so much graffiti and it was looking quite sad. And one day I got it into my head, I'm going to find out who Network Rail the contact is and who can help us put this together. We pulled together 3 local schools, 83 children, and what they have done is it just blows my mind. I defy anyone not to smile when they're crossing this bridge because it just lifts everyone's spirits. And we've dealt with Paramount Properties who, without them, we couldn't have done it with their generous donation. And the schools, their 2 heads, Miss Barnes and Mr. Drake, were fantastic. And of course, Charlotte Gerard, the original artist who came back to do this again. So it's been brilliant. Very happy.